Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and I was asked to talk about breadcrumbing by a narcissist. A lot of people are dealing with narcissists that breadcrumb them. This is the narcissist that's going to text you in the morning, "Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, handsome." And then you don't hear from them all day long, okay? Or they'll go and they'll text you every few days, or they'll see you once and then you don't hear from them for 2 weeks or something like that. When you're dealing with that kind of breadcrumbing, understand this. You are not first on the line of supply. In other words, a narcissist has a bunch of supply. They have different supply for different things in some cases. They could have supply for sex, they could have supply for money, or something like that. So the supply that gets the most attention is usually the supply most in demand by the narcissist. They value that supply the most. So they're going to put their energy into that person. That's somebody like, for instance, a narcissist who's after money, okay? They're going to put a lot of effort into, contacting you, being consistent. That's the narcissist that's going to be on the phone with you for hours. Why? Because they're after your cash, all right? They're after something financial out of you. So narcissists that are after money put in more work. A narcissist who's after sex, if you're not, high on the totem pole as far as supply goes, they're just going to breadcrumb you and contact you whenever they feel like it, okay? But they'll still contact you to keep you around, even if they're not really into you. And where a lot of people get duped is that they think like, they told me how much they love me or how much they really like me. They always showing me a lot of flattery, but then I don't hear from them over the whole weekend or something. That's because they have other supply. So stop believing words. I got to say this 3,001 times. Stop believing words. It's what they show you. It's, their behavior. It's like what they say in the Bible. You'll know them by their fruits, okay? What is this person showing you by their behavior? It's like anybody could sit there and say they love you. Then tell them, yeah, prove it, okay? Prove you love me, all right? And then you see a blank stare, a deer in headlights kind of look when you ever say that to them because they don't know how to respond to it, all right? Because you're holding them, you're holding them accountable to the fact that, okay, you want to sit there and come out with, oh, I love you and everything like that. Well, prove it. Let's see. You got to prove, you mean what you say. But see, so many people, because somebody's nice, because somebody contacts you, because you could have a good time with that person, you automatically are assuming that this person is being transparent with you and is, they like you. And what they'll do is they'll make excuses. They'll say they're busy with work. They'll say they had to help their mother out in the house. They'll say a friend needed them. They'll say they had to go to a funeral. They'll make every excuse under the sun to not follow through and be consistent with you if you call them out on it, all right? So, you've got to look at the pattern of what they're doing, the nonverbal language when you're dealing with a breadcrumber. Understand this. People that want to do something will do something. There won't be any excuses, okay? So it's like I had this person that said, they were ghosted for a couple of months and the narcissist came back. And, when they tried to bring it up to the narcissist didn't want to talk about it. Well, why are you even entertaining a narcissist that disappears on you for a couple of months? That's an automatic delete, block, RIP, okay? That person, you shouldn't even give them one iota of your time. Why is that? Because there is absolutely no excuse why somebody can't contact you in a couple of months, all right? Or even a couple of days. So, it's about your boundaries, you guys. What you allow is what you get back. When somebody's into you, you're going to know it. You're not even going to have to question it. So if you're sitting there and you're questioning yourself and saying, well, I don't know. They're showing me a lot of attention when we're together. Everything's great. We have a great time. But then they disappear. and then they contact you a couple days later or a week later or something, and they just send you, hey, what's up, this and that. That person is not all into you. Sorry to tell you, period, dot, end of story. Because if they were all into you, they want to know what's going on in your life. They will follow up, all right? So, somebody could like you, but not be looking for anything serious from you. Maybe there's somebody who's not looking for a relationship and they're juggling different people. Now, the thing you got to understand when we talk about this breadcrumbing business is this, all right? When they're running hot with you, they're running cold with somebody else. And when they're running cold with you, you can trust and believe they're running hot with somebody else. It's like I had a girlfriend of mine. She was dealing with this guy that she met on a dating app. Okay, I told her, don't even bother with that. And she, he kept her on the phone for hours. And then all of a sudden he disappeared. Okay. And she's like, I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while and everything like that. And I told her, go look on the dating app. I guarantee you he's on the dating app. And don't you know, his light was on. He's on the dating app, okay? So he was running cold with her because he's busy trying to get other supply on the dating app. So all that time that she wasted, and this is exactly what these narcissists will do. They will waste your fucking time. So it's up to you to cut these people off. When you see that it's not going anywhere, you've got to get off the phone, disengage, and, tell them, listen, I got to go or something like that, because they will talk for hours. Narcissists love to waste time. They got all the time in the world because, they're not, instead of working on their career and moving forward and everything, they're working on, getting supply and getting something out of somebody else instead of trying to get it themselves. They're very lazy people, all right? They're always looking for a free ride or something like that. So the way you're going to recognize the breadcrumbing is if they're not consistent with it. But I have, a caveat with that. Be careful of the narcissist that is consistent, because narcissists can be very, very consistent in the beginning. And this is how they fool people. They'll give you their time. They'll have you on the phone. They'll show you a lot of attention, but really they're not looking for anything long-term. They just want to get a supply out of you, which could be sex or money. But when we talk about narcissists and what they're searching for, understand this. A lot of times, too, a narcissist will breadcrumb you because they just like the attention. They may be using you guys, just because they want somebody to talk to. Maybe they're at their job. Maybe they're bored at their job. And talking to you makes the time go faster. So that narcissist is using you to get through their work time when they're sitting at their desk and they're bored. Oh, let me call this one up and keep her on the phone and, tell her about my dog or tell her about my problems. It's somebody to talk to. Narcissists love to talk. All right? Unless you're dealing with a covert narcissist that, is very passive aggressive. But in general, narcissists love to waste time because, you know what? They're not looking for anything serious. They're not progressing in their life. They're going in a circle. So they got all the time in the world. And you know what? It's up to you not to let these narcissists waste your fucking time. And believe me, if you do, they will waste weeks, months, and years of your time. There's people that have been with narcissists that they have dated for 10 years that never wanted to progress with it and wasted their time and then moved on to somebody else. And all that time was wasted. That's why I tell you, when you're dealing with somebody, you want to progress with it. If you don't see that this person is progressing with you, then you know this person is not all into you, okay? Or they're emotionally unavailable and they can't be in a relationship with anybody. And again, you're dealing with a zero who is going to waste your fucking time. You got to, when real is real, okay, you guys? So, if you got to question what you are to somebody, then you're nothing, all right? If somebody is not moving forward and being specific on what they want, and, after you've gone on like 5, 6 dates, they're not making it clear whether they want to progress and be exclusive or something like that, then you're dealing with a floater, okay? This is somebody who's floating with you and probably talking to other people. And why do they do that? Because they can, because you can't check them. They could do it from their job. They could do it when they leave you. They could delete all their apps and you would never, ever know. And this brings a funny point up, you guys. Like, one of my friends, she busted this dude that she was talking to, and he told her, oh yeah, no, I want to be exclusive. When I deal with somebody, I just focus in right on them, okay? And she's like, but we've only had 2 conversations or this, that. He goes, no, when I deal with somebody, I focus in just on them, okay? That right there is game, 90% of the time, all right? This is a typical line that game players will say, I focus in just on you, when they're really talking to other people, okay? Why should they be focusing the fuck in on you when they don't even know you? So that's game, you guys. That is game, or that's somebody that's lusting after you. In any event, it's not healthy, okay? It's not healthy. So you've got to recognize when you're dealing with these kind of 0 type of people or narcissists that are going to waste your time. And your time is valuable, okay? I need to stress this because I got to tell you guys something. When you're young, you don't realize how valuable your time is. And I tell my daughter this all the time. I'm like, your time is valuable. Don't waste your time with the wrong people, because what will happen is you'll waste years of your life with these people. You'll wake up one day and say, where did my life go? It went nowhere because I wasted my time with the zeros, okay? People that were just trying to use me for something. People that were just trying to float with me. Somebody who wanted to use me for sex. Somebody who wanted to use me for a place to stay. Somebody who was trying to use me, for money for a business or something like this. Users, okay? So, you've got to be no nonsense. Your cutoff game has got to be fierce. Go listen to my podcast on this. I did a podcast way back that said your cutoff game has got to be fierce. And this is how you prevent any kind of narcissist trying to, waste your time. Now, I want to bring up another thing with narcissists, okay? I want to bring up the narcissist that is still married, because there's a few people that got duped by that. They got involved with somebody who was still married, thinking that this person was going to get a divorce. Now, understand this. This is the oldest trick in the book that these people do, okay? They'll tell you, I'm separated, I'm going through a divorce and everything like that. We're still, in some cases, they're still living together. We're still living together, but I live in the basement or something like that, all right? And they make all these excuses, why they're still with their wife. Oh, we're together because of the health insurance and everything like that. Rule numero uno, you guys. Rule number 1. If they're still married, don't even bother with somebody like that. Do not bother with somebody like that. That's too messy, because a lot of times they're not getting a divorce. A lot of times they could be going through a rough patch with their, ex-wife or ex-husband, and now they're out there dating and they're telling you they're going for a divorce, but they're just waiting for their ex-husband or ex-wife to take them back because maybe they caught them cheating or something, all right? And you're going to be the fall guy that's going to get involved with somebody like that, and then that person's going to tell you they're going back to their wife or their husband. So you don't even get yourself involved in that mess. Not only that, when you get involved with somebody who's still married, okay, you put your life in danger. Whether you realize it or not, you put your life in danger. Because if you're hanging out with this narcissist that is still married and telling you they're going through a divorce or something like that, if that spouse, finds out about it and you're dealing with somebody who's crazy or very, very hurt, that person could hurt you. People get hurt. People get killed over something like that when they find out their spouse is with somebody else or they catch them. So stay away from that mess, okay? The other thing I need to tell you with regard to that, is that if you're still going to pursue somebody and you think, okay, I really like this person. They told me they're separated. They're not living with their ex. They're telling me they're going to court and everything like that for the divorce. You tell that person you want to see those papers. You want to fucking see those papers. Not only that, you're going to look those papers up in the system, okay? Because that's public knowledge, all right? I believe it's civil. You can look it up on the civil courts if you have like the docket number and everything, and you can look to see if they're giving you the right papers, whether it's legitimate or not. Because some of them might have false papers. It's, oh, here's my divorce paper or something like that. If they're really, con man or con woman. So stay away from that. I don't care how nice they are. I don't care how good looking they are. It's mess. And even if they are going through a divorce, they're not healed yet, all right? They're not healed yet. You've got to give somebody at least 6 months when they come out of a divorce situation. And it really depends on how long they were married. But getting back to the breadcrumbing issue and everything like that, you guys, like I told you, your time is valuable. So you've really got to look at, when somebody texts you, what they're saying in their texts. Is this person trying to get to know me? A lot of times, narcissists, when they're breadcrumbing you, you're going to hear from them on a Sunday night or a Monday morning after the weekend. These type of narcissists will keep you on the phone all week long, and you're thinking like you got something good going on here, and come the weekend, poof, they ghost, okay? Why do they ghost? Because they're either with their old lady or old man, or they're out with other supply that they value more than you, okay? So when somebody's breadcrumbing, the bottom line is they are not all into you. For whatever reason, they are not all into you, and they have other things going on. Understand this, all right? Their time is going somewhere. So if it's not going with you, it's going somewhere else. And it's not all about their work or something like that, all right? People make time for who they want to make time for, okay? Believe me when I tell you, I make time, and I got 3 kids and 2, on the autism spectrum. If I want to make time for somebody, I'm going to make time for somebody, all right? So don't believe that nonsense of, oh, I'm always working. Oh, I'm so busy with my family or something like that. Then you are not a priority to them. Understand that. You are not a priority to them. And if that's how they treat you before you ever got serious or get married to them, oh my God, forget it. If you ever got to that point, then they really have no regard for you and be cheating on you left and right because they didn't even value you even in the beginning, all right? So, you guys, you got to stop accepting this. You've got to stop accepting this. And my daughter, her friend, went through the same thing. She was dating a guy in the military. She's been with him a few years. And out of the blue, he starts a fight with her, and then he blocks her over nothing, something very small. He just blocks her, okay? And then she finds out through a friend he's posting the new supply on his story and Instagram. So I told my daughter, I said, you better tell her, don't let him back in, all right? Don't let him back in, because he's going to keep bouncing back between you and whoever else. He's going to come back with that love bombing, try to reel her back in. And then, once he's got her and he gets bored with her, he's going to block her again and go, with some other supply that he has. This is the game, you guys. This is the game. Why are you talking to people that block you and come back? All right? If somebody really likes you, they will not leave you. Period. Dot. End of story. Okay? So if that person leaves you and it's more than, let's say, 2 weeks or something like that, and they're not contacting you, RIP, delete, block, all right? There is absolutely no excuse to entertain them because they don't value you, all right? Understand that. They don't value you. And understand the game of the narcissist. The game of the narcissist is, it's not about quality, it's about quantity. how much supply they have, how they can rotate their supply. And this is exactly what they do. They rotate the supply, and as they're rotating the supply they have, they bring in new supply as they network at the gym, on Instagram inbox, on Facebook Messenger, in person, wherever. They always got to have a lot of people around. They're always networking and everything like that, so that they're never alone. They always got to have something going on, because death to a narcissist is to be alone, all right? So don't be on that rotation of the narcissist. If you feel that this person is ghosting you now and then, this person is not texting you back, here's another clue too, you guys. If you're back and forth texting with this narcissist and all of a sudden they stop texting in the middle of a conversation and then they come back late, like hours later, that is a red flag, and that is rude and disrespectful, okay? Recognize that. Stop letting this shit go, because this is why people are getting treated like crap, because you're allowing it. You're making excuses. If you respect somebody, you don't do that. Or if you have something to do, you tell the person, listen, I got to go, my kid, I got to drive him in the car, or I got to, a report for work. But if they just drop off in the middle of a conversation and texting, they have no regard for you, okay? Understand that. It takes 2 seconds to send a text, all right? That's the difference between somebody that's going to respect you and somebody who's going to just, do whatever, all right? So remember that when you're dealing with somebody who's just going to do whatever, they're going to do whatever with you, and they're not going to value you, okay? That is not valuing you, all right? So understand what it is. I hope that helps you. If it does, please hit the subscribe button and please share the podcast. Have a great day, you guys. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship, and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website, where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio, where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP123, and also on Instagram, The Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.